Hello, YouTube. Natalie Inkwell here, and I have a hell of a surprise. Give me just a moment. I have a capture card. I am now playing Pokemon Legends Arceus for you guys today. I had to make the decision whether or not I wanted to use Legends Arceus or Echoes of Wisdom because they're both really good games, but I opted for Legends Arceus because I flipped a fucking coin. That's how indecisive I was being. Now, I don't have earbuds for my capture card yet, so you might hear sounds coming from my microphone. I'll try to make sure that they're synced as best as possible. I didn't mean... I completely skipped what that said. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Also, before someone goes into the comments and rants about how I'm pronouncing this name wrong, that is the Japanese pronunciation. That is how I learned the name. That is how I've always pronounced the name. I do not want people coming at me and telling me that it's something else, because there's two official pronunciations. Mine is 100% correct. So, yeah, don't come at me. Now, I wish to know thine appearance. We'll just go with the default girl, even though I'm going to edit it later. What is thy name? Due to the setting, I'll go with the Japanese name that I like to use, rather than the English name. Haruka. Yeah, I was literally torn between whether to do this or Echoes of Wisdom. I'll probably do Echoes of Wisdom next. Haruka. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokémon. Haruka. Seek out all Pokémon, and thou shalt find me once more. This is, if you're curious, this is my favorite Pokemon game ever made, by the way. I'm interested in the upcoming Pokemon Legends ZA, but it's very different, so I'm not sure if it's going to excite me as much as this one did. They went the complete opposite route with that one, so who knows. Oh, right, I can finally get the Arc phone case for my phone in Scarlet. I found out the hard way that Pokemon games don't have cloud save. Pokemon Legends Arceus. AKA Pokemon meets Monster Hunter. I know a lot of people compare it to Breath of the Wild, and visually speaking, yes, absolutely, but... Wake up! Oh, do wake up, won't you? Are you alive, my girl? So, interesting thing about this guy. There was a theory that he started the trend that Scarlet and Violet started. That is, to break tradition and not have the professor named after a tree. I'm in the belief that that wasn't the intention, and it was a mistranslation. You gave me quite the shock falling from the sky like that, but thank goodness you seem unharmed. Who are you? I'd like to ask you the same. I mean, you fell out of the sky, you understand? Come now, who in the world does that? I must say, your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I doubt it. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer some direction? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? No, nowhere. Tanya Faye! My damn cat is pushing shit around. So you don't know anyone here and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle. Indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? Somehow, I guess. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Oh my, I'd completely forgotten. I had just caught up with these 3 runaway Pokémon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. Ah, but do you even know what a Pokémon is? Of course I do. My, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we have a common ground, eh? Yes, well, these 3 Pokémon belong to me. Mysterious creatures that they are. Oh yes, and what might your name be? Oh ho, so you're called Haruka. That name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Laventon. I am something of a Pokemon professor. Laventon. There is a tree, I believe it's native to the Australia region, called the Laverton, which is 1 letter off from Laventon. And that a lot of people believe that that was what they were going for, and they either chose to stylize the name and change it by 1 letter, or it was a typo. But either way, there is a tree that has a name very similar to Laventon, so it's very likely that's what they were going for. No evidence, no proof, but that's what I believe. That is to say, I'm a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as these are what... Oh, blast and bother, my darling Pokemon, why must you run from me again? I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Wait, you 3, wait! There's a glowing, beeping object over there. You found something that resembles a phone. It's probably your phone, but it's changed shape. Feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Arc phone and thy mission. Seek out all Pokemon. I love the idea that Arceus takes over your fucking phone. I love it. All right, I can't dive yet. Alas, yet another miss. Aha! I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at that sort of thing, you see. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these 3 first. Now that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it's surprised or irate. The Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Mine. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing. How to go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my girl. Pokeballs. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. You obtained 50 Pokeballs. Normally, I'd complain about just how many they give you in modern Pokemon, but in this game, I do not complain because you can never have enough Pokeballs. I actually run out constantly. Good thing that you can craft them in this game, too. But that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. Now, I've mentioned already that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to minuscule size. And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokemon and, why, the Pokemon will shrink down and fit inside the ball, comfy as can be. And with that, you've caught a Pokemon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you'd catch my 3 runaways. Now, the proper technique is to aim at the Pokemon and then let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though far be it from me to say, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. That's one. Oh, wonderful. You've caught a Pokemon. It seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business, Haruka. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. I can hardly believe it, Haruka. Incredible. You know, many people fear to even approach Pokemon, never mind catch them. Bravo indeed. Just one more to go. Let's wrap this up sharpish, shall we? Ah, yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old girl. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, the 3 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. And as I mentioned, they bolted from the village almost as if they knew you'd come falling. But I must say, Haruka, I was taken aback by how well you used Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here? One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here now. Seek out all Pokemon? That object is an Arc phone, you say. What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream to compile this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalog a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in a region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must, of course, catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill of using them. Enter now, you, a person with a clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, won't you agree? Come now, what do you say? Shall we help one another out, my girl? You've convinced me. Then whoever and from wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. We have a Pokédex to complete. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out your lodgings and find you some proper clothes and a meal and all that. Follow me, then. Onward to Jubilife Village. Psst! Tanya! Tanya! Lay down! Apologies. Thank you for your tireless work keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young lady was of great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing her into the village for a bit. After today, these videos will start being on Tuesdays along with Hollow Knight and the Phantom X. But for now, I wanted to get one out of the way to do it today. I don't record Mondays often, but I'm kind of in a good mood because this capture card works. So, this way, if you please. I actually ran several tests only for... Oh, Jubilife Village has come a long way... Oh, fuck, I missed it, yeah. This road we are on now knows as Canela Avenue. The village was built scarcely 2 years ago. And since we know so little of the local Pokemon, people hesitate to set foot outside the village. Now, that impressive building up ahead is Galaxy Hall, headquarters for this entire outfit. Oh, botheration, I almost forgotten. So anyway, as I was saying, I actually tested this thing, and it was blurry and pixelated to all hell, and I had no idea what was going wrong. I talked to someone on Discord, and they're like, did you check your bitrate? Sure as shit, my bitrate was way too low. I had it set to 2400. I needed it at 9000. It's quite a bit, but my Google search said 9000 was best for the best results. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Might I ask you to wait for me at the canteen? It's just past this bridge here, then to the left. The Wallflower, it's called. Your Arc phone is beeping. Somehow it seems to show you where you need to go next. Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? The Wallflower is for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Who in the world are you, and what's with the bizarre garb you're wearing? A Pokemon could slice right through those flimsy excuses for clothes. For you to get in here, someone must have vouched for you. Was it Professor Laventon? Do you two know each other? He's from a region a long way off. For those curious, the region in question that Laventon and many of the other Galaxy Expedition team members are from is believed to be Galar. Which I'm all for, because my favorite generation of Pokemon was actually Gen 8. Because of how well they did, like, the gyms and whatnot, so... Not the most reliable sort, though. Letting Pokemon run off and give him the slip and all. 3 of them got away just a while ago. If I hadn't been resting up after some Pokemon drubbed me with a move called Thundershock, I'd have corralled them for sure. But the professor, well, unfortunately, it's just as Ray says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Ah! But everything will be quite alright now. Haruka here has agreed to help us with our Pokedex. As in, she's going to join the Survey Corps? What makes you think that's a good idea? We can't just take in any misfit who wanders out of the wilderness. I'll allow it. Gah! Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I'm the captain of the Galaxy Team's Survey Corps. You may call me Celine. Professor Laventon has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control. And now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. First time the games ever fucking say it. One of my biggest pet peeves in Pokemon is people believing that the protagonist is 10. The only time the protagonist has ever been 10 years old is in the anime. And the anime is... I refuse to accept it as canon. So... yeah, in the games, the protagonist is usually 15 or 16. But so many people, because of the anime, think it's 10. I was really happy this game clarified. And some people said this game aged up the protagonist. No, the protagonist is always 15. Except for in Black and White where they're 16, but still. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Oh, a most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite alright. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, if you please. But make it for 3 today. I've barely gotten anywhere in. I'm already 20 minutes in. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never fails to please. Where'd you find this stranger in the first place, Professor? Well? Well, you know of the great hole in the sky? The one people call the space-time rift? Our new friend fell right out of it. Was that a joke? Come on now, I'm a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself with only facts. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. Sure, they're all over the place, in the grass, the forest, and the ocean. It's up to us in the Survey Corps to study them and figure out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. Normally we say a completely different thing about Pokemon, which is part of the reason I love this game. They make Pokemon dangerous, and I love it. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's where Haruka will come in. She successfully caught 3 Pokemon, 3 of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy Team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can only finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. That's really something. We count ourselves lucky when we manage to catch a single wild Pokemon while fending off their attacks. Well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well, and it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on that Pokedex of yours clearly has her on edge. Well, I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good Captain's stress eating soon enough. Now, have your fill, Haruka. And think, if you make it into the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all its members' needs, even if said member fell out of the sky. One of the things I love about this game is they never outright tell you what region the protagonist is from. It's assumed to be Sinnoh, considering the protagonist looks like the Gen 4 protagonist, but it doesn't have to be. That was quite delicious indeed. You're awfully relaxed about all this. Do you even know? You do know that we won't get to have Haruka join the Survey Corps unless she passes a trial. Not to worry, I have complete confidence in Haruka's skills. Let's hope it's not misplaced. Haruka, was it? For tonight, at least, we'll provide you with this place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. But if you fail to pass the trial we put to you tomorrow, you must move on. You'll be expelled from the village to meet your fate, and perhaps your death, in the wilds. I love how she's just like, did she really just fucking say that she'll leave me to die if I fail this? Again, it's not often that games surprise me, but this game really did surprise me. Now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. With that, I bid you both a good night. Yeah, sleep tight. Still, people falling from the sky. That's some kind of story. I love this. This is so cool. Watch this. Watch her feet. This is... Bam! As soon as she steps foot onto the wood, her shoes come off. I love that. Because that's accurate to Japanese culture. They would have... as soon as they got out of that room, they would have taken their shoes off. That was all just useless bullshit. Uh-oh. The next day. Hey in there, you awake? That was some wild lightning last night, right? Anyway, if you're up, come on out. Did you sleep all right? I know it's not easy in a strange new land. We'd better not keep Captain Celine waiting. Let's hurry to the headquarters. Here we are, Galaxy Hall. What'd you think? Ever seen a building this grand before? Plenty. Don't give up. Keep those eyes open. The wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against the whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield, but the medical corps will put you in the rights. You do realize that if you fail your trial and get flung out of the village, you could well die out there. Well, you might die even sooner than that if you have to take on this trial without a Pokemon to be your partner. Captain Celine, ma'am, I've brought Haruka. You may enter. Let us get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon. Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. 3 species right away? But none of us have ever managed that. Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for her, if the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. I'll lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. It looks so out of place on that fucking shirt. That whatever it is you're wearing doesn't suit our satchels in the least. Ray, I expect you to step in if anything goes awry. The Galaxy team's entry trial. Alright. Pardon, Haruka. Come with me a moment. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. What did you need, Professor? In order to complete our Pokédex and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, Haruka absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to help you accomplish that. Go on, Haruka. Pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see they're rather curious about you. Well, my girl, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? That's not even a fucking question. I'm a Water-type trainer, with one exception. One exception, because I could not stand the look of Quaxley, and Sprigatito was too fucking cute. But I never trained fire types, almost ever. And grass type on occasion, but Oshawot's too freaking cute. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach for me will now be yours to keep. Good show! I've tucked Oshawott back inside his Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. You received Oshawott. A word of advice, my girl. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. Look at those two cheer on their pal Oshawott. Or maybe they just want to help Haruka with her trial. That could be well be. They did go dashing from the village when Haruka fell out of the sky after all. Well, not to worry, you two. I'll have you assist me with my research for now. By the by, what species has Captain Celine charged you with catching? Well, that's smashing. All 3 of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial then. Obtained another 20 Pokeballs. These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work as a treat, as you've already seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time. Let's be off. I'll show you the way to Obsidian Fieldlands. Meet me at the gate to your left as you leave headquarters. Yeah, that satchel does not work with the t-shirt. You. Oh, what a curious getup you have there. I can already tell you're quite the character. I'm Volo of the Jinko Guild, the go-to choice for any of your mercantile needs here in Hisui. I've heard talk about you. Fell from the sky, didn't you? Now, that's certainly a tale I'd like to hear. Oh, and you've a Pokémon. You're certainly full of interesting surprises. Investigating the odd and novel is key to any good merchant's success. So what do you say? How about you and I see our Pokémon stand up to one another in battle? I'd like you better and better. What a delightful find. I've also heard about this trial you're attempt. Let's have a quick battle to get your blood pumping before you head out. Though I hope you know you'll lose if your Pokemon's HP reaches 0. Ginkgo Guild member Volo challenged you to the battle. Volo sent out Togepi. I can never sit still during a battle. I'm always moving around. Battle decided. Moves, items, use them well, and the world will open up to you. It's always good fun to have your Pokemon do battle, don't you think? And as they gain experience through battle, they'll learn more moves and even grow stronger. So few people here have their own Pokemon. If you only knew how to use Pokeballs. At any rate, let me help you, our two battlers, recover from their little exercise. Blah 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 blah. And to you, my sky-fallen friend, I present some potions and thanks. You obtained 5 potions. You can use them on your Pokemon whenever they might be worn out from battle. I'll be hoping that you're successful on that trial of yours. More Galaxy team members means more customers for yours truly, after all. If you can help that, well, I've got a feeling you may have your trial well in hand, even if it's more to do with catching than battling. Now to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Whenever you leave Jubilife Village, you have to pick a destination from your map and let the guardsmen know where you're off to. That way, someone can come collect you if things go wrong. Well, I hope you make it through this. You're Haruka, correct? I was informed you'd be passing through. Your trial will take place outside the safety of the village. Please take care to come back alive. And this is where I first realized it was modeled after Monster Hunter. This is our base camp. It's where we start and finish our surveys. Now remember what you've got to do. You've been tasked with catching 3 species of Pokemon. Bidoof, Starly, and Shanks. I'm curious to see if the professor's stories about you are really true. Oh, Professor, something wrong? Ah, well, you see, Captain Celine got hold of me after you left. She impressed upon me that I bear full responsibility for whatever happens to our sudden guest. She doesn't let up. How exactly are you supposed to help out here, Professor? To be honest, my dear boy, I don't intend to lift a finger. Haruka's talents are the real deal. She'll pass with flying colors, you'll see. So in other words, I'm still the one bearing responsibility here. Not my ideal state of affairs. I love his fucking nervous, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you smile. Let's get started. You'll be more than equal to this, Haruka. This is Aspiration Hill. Look, Bidoof, we're finding the Pokemon you need already. You may be some sort of prodigy, but just in case, here's what Captain Celine taught me. Bidoof is a mellow Pokemon, which means it doesn't tend to run away when you approach. Aim carefully, let your Pokeball fly, and you ought to be alright. That was a good throw. One Bidoof caught. Now, on we march. Now, Starly here, it's the type to run at the drop of a hat. But don't worry, crouch down in the tall grass and it won't spot you. That's how you get close. Normally, you'd want to avoid the tall grass because of wild Pokemon. Oh, backstrike. And that's Starly caught too. I admit, I'm impressed so far. I forgot to share another smidgen of wisdom. How to throw your partner's Pokeball. To quote, yada la la. I'll sum this up. Basically, I could do this. I'm not gonna sit there and read something that's just like throw your Pokeball at the tree. There it is. Shinx. Shinx has an aggressive disposition. Did you know that already? That figures. Me, I have to focus on a Pokemon carefully to notice a thing like that. Once aggressive Pokemon get wound up, they'll knock away any Pokeball you throw. But don't worry, I'll teach you the trick to catching them. You draw them into battle. Once it's caught up in the heat of battle, you can throw a Pokeball to try and catch it. You've got a few Pokemon of your own to use now, don't you? Take one of your Pokeballs and throw it at the wild Pokemon if you want to battle. Use what you've learned in battle with Volo. Get out there and one last catch. Ugh. It's already saw me. Boom. That's it. You caught Shinx. Wait, did you really? You really did. You did it. That's 3 species of Pokemon caught. You really are some kind of prodigy. You must have given Professor Laventon the shock of his life. First you fall from the sky, then you go and catch all of our escaped Pokemon, one after another. I honestly didn't believe the professor's story until I saw you in action myself. And here you are with 3 Pokemon caught. You've completed your trial. Oh, I said you'd pass the trial with flying colors, and it seems you went and did just that. Congratulations, Haruka. You've taken your first step towards seeking out every Pokemon. This calls for a commemorative photograph. And this was where I first had to Google exactly what year this game took place in, because I was thinking it was like 1706 or something, but cameras didn't exist back then, not even simple ones. It's like 1866 or some shit like that. I was like, really? A lot sooner than I thought. I have to admit, it's true. You've got real talent for this. Now then, we'd best report to Captain Celine. Time to head back to Jubilife Village, eh? Eventually, you should be able to have Pokemon you've caught go and live in the village pastures. The most Pokemon a person can have with them while out exploring is 6, apparently. Not that we have anyone who can manage that. Come on now, you two. Let's not dilly-dally. Captain Celine will wait you. Report at headquarters. I can't wait to see the captain's reaction. Yeah, you can't do it in this one. In Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, you actually start like doing like a pirouette or whatever the hell you call it. In one case, you just get dizzy. In the other case, you strike a cool pose. It seems we won't have to leave you to die after all. That is her reaction. Seems we don't have to kill you after all. Congratulations. You've passed your trial. You can hold on to that satchel. I must admit, you've impressed me. I set a high hurdle to judge whether a stranger like yourself could be worthy, but you cleared it. This is yours, the official uniform of the Survey Corps. I hate the way it looks, but... Get changed in the room you used last night. Then you're to report once to the 3rd floor. Present yourself in uniform to our commander. This is your first official order from your captain. Well, that'll have to wait, because we're looking at almost 50 minutes in. I'm starting to lose steam, and I just got as far as I was wanting to get. So, if you'd like, please hit like, subscribe, whatever floats your boat, and until next time, I'll see you later.